Hi, my name is Gary Moore, and this is I've Got a Secret. I am at this moment standing on the stage from which we normally would do our show, except that there is no scenery up. We wanted you to see our stage just as it looks when there is no show going on, when there's nobody out on the stage working. You see, we have been originating our show from this theater for 7 years now. As a matter of fact, tonight is a very happy moment for us because tonight marks our 7th anniversary in television. Let's go. You don't have to applaud. I've enjoyed it, every minute of it. Now, I thought you might like to be shown around the theater a little bit, see some of the workings, and also see some of the people who work here. Now, as you see, there's very little scenery on the stage because most of it is flown up here high above my head, suspended from pipe racks. And it is, that's what we call our fly gallery. While the theater itself, even to the top of the balcony, is only about 2 stories high, the fly gallery goes up 4 to 5 stories high to make room for all of the different scenery. Now, the rest of the scenery is just stored here at random. There would normally be a curtain in front of all of it. I want you to meet 2 gentlemen who are tremendously important in the operation of this show. This is our head carpenter, Mr. Ed Gasverdi. Hi, Ed. Hi. And this is the head of our property department, Jerry Callan. Now, fellas, if you all will start getting the props and the set put together, good deal. I'll go outside. Come on outside on the sidewalk with me. I want you to see what 47th Street looks like in New York, just in case you've never been here. Now, you'll notice, by the way, that this door is very wide. This is what we call the scenery door. It is made wide so that the trucks can pull up to the curb, deliver the scenery to the theater, and then truck it on through. Now, I'm out on the sidewalk, out on glamorous 47th Street, me there, and as I leave the scenery door, I stroll along to stage entrance. Can I tell you what number of well-known, famous people have walked through this entrance in the past 7 years just since we've been on? There are 2 of them now, Betsy and Bess. Stick your head out and wave to the people. There's Betsy Palmer and Bess Meyerson. Be inside to see in a minute, kids. Now, let's stroll a little further along this glamorous building. Oh, here's a billboard. It shows you what's playing inside the theater. Winston presents I've Got a Secret. That's a pretty kooky sign. We can give you a better look at it by going to a still photograph taken the other day. You want to go to that, Frank, for me, please? That's what the theater looks like from across the street. If you're in town, you're looking for us, you won't have any trouble finding us. We're right next door to the satellite room. That's our kind of unofficial office. That's where we go to play I Should Have Said after the program is off the air. But now let's assume that you are a visitor to New York. You're here on your vacation. You have written in, well in advance, I hope, for tickets to our show. So it comes Wednesday night, time for you to go to the show. You are an invisible person on my arm. I lead you now into our theater. You'll see the picture shake in a moment as the camera lifts over the threshold. There you go. And all of the theaters in New York were built in the late 1800s or the early 1900s. So they're not as glamorous as what you hear written about them. As you can see, pretty archaic sort of a structure. Now, when you first come in the door, the nicest thing that happens to you is you're met by members of our ushering staff and you're given a sample of Winston's. Hiya, fellas. Good crowd in the house tonight?
Packed.
Everybody well behaved, huh? All right. Now, obviously, if you have a theater like this, it must be well run. And we have our theater manager, Mr. Guy Alexander. Hi, Guy.
Gary.
How are you?
Glad to see you. Fine. How are you this evening?
Very happy on our
Good.
7th.
Glad it's the 7th. I hope you have 7 more.
If I can stand it, I will. I love it. Hello. You didn't expect the show to be back here. You thought it was going to be up there. All right, it'll be up there in a minute. But first, let us take you into the nerve center of any television show, which is the control room. Kind of a tight squeeze here. Here's the control room. Good evening, gentlemen. Everybody say, good evening, Ed. Now, here we are. We can't see everybody. A lot of the people are hidden behind equipment. But first, let's start in the audio department. Can you take a picture from the front? Now, there's Billy Taylor, who is our audio man. He's in charge of making the sound come out right. And there's his boss, Vern Gamble. In fact, he's the boss of the whole technical crew, our technical director. And then the boss of us all, Frank Heller. Frank, turn and wave, will you? He's the director of our show. And, of course, he has an associate director, Bruce Minix. And there's Bruce. A lot more people in here I wish I could introduce you to, but you just can't get the camera down where they are. But let's say now, all right, you've peeked into the control room, and we'll go past you. Again, you're on my arm, and we'll go down the aisle and see if we can't find you a seat. All right? Hello. Now, somebody's on the cable, friends. Hold it. Oh, there we go. All right. Now, let's say we give you a seat down here. And at this juncture, I must leave you because I have to go up on stage and get ready to do the show. All righty. Again, the cables, fellas. There we go. All right. Here in our orchestra pit tonight, we see the happy face of Norman Paris and his group are going to provide our music. Norman, nice to have you with us, my friend. And here's a fellow whose work you hear an awful lot on the show, although you've never seen him. He's our sound effects man, Jack Amarine. Jack's up there. A nasty sound. That's Jack Amarine. And here we pass scenic Joe Schwartz. And over to our equally scenic panel. Half of it at least more than scenic. Betsy, of course, and Henry, and Bess, and Bill. And that's us, and we've got a secret.